So good day, everybody. Good day. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa. And we're going to continue with our story series. So yesterday, what were we talking about? We were talking about victim consciousness stories, right? And so we are done with that, right? We said the end. We are done with those victim consciousness stories. We're doing our forgiveness work. We are doing what it is that we need to do to release, to surrender, to forgive, and to move on, And just as I said yesterday, you have to do your part. You have to do your part. And sometimes doing your part is challenging. Sometimes you need support. And if you need support, I am here. I am here. Just DM me and I will support you in whatever you are in your process. All right? So today I want to just give you some more tools to use to really embrace your story, to really take it in, to really incorporate it into your psyche, right? So things that you can use every single day to keep your story front and center, to keep your story inspiring you, to keep your story as a conscious choice that you're choosing to live in, right? Your story is not separate from you. Your story is not over there. Your story is not somewhere in the future. Your story is here right now in this present moment. So, something that I learned when I was in my master's program, I was getting my graduate degree in spiritual psychology, and there were a lot of tools that we used in that program, in the spiritual psychology program. And one of the tools that I still use to this day is what I call mapping, right? So some folks call it ideal scenes, some people call it mapping, some people call it like journaling, what it is that you want. So I call it mapping, right? And I call it mapping because it focuses me on where I am and where I am seeking to experience myself as being, right? And so one of the tools is to unpack the story, right? How can you lay out the story in a way that you could carry it with yourself all day long, no matter where you are, right? Because you need to really memorize your story. And it might be challenging to memorize every single aspect of your story as you go throughout the day. But you can incorporate different aspects of your story throughout the day and create a map for yourself. So right now I'm here, right? Right now I'm at the first level of the mountain, right? At Mount Everest. I don't know why I picked Mount Everest. I'm at the first level, right? And so I am on this mountain, on this ledge, and I see an eagle flying by, and I can smell the energy in the air, la, 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 right? So you can incorporate aspects of your story throughout the day and impress that upon your subconscious mind, really seeing it, really being in the story, okay? So I'm going to share some tools with you that I actually used when I was in the program, and these were developed by Ron and Mary Hullick, and I'm just going to share some wonderful tools that you can use. So this is called I Am Mapping. So let me see if you can see it better. Can you see that? So it's just a sheet of paper. It has a heart in the middle and the word I am in the middle, right? So an example that I'm going to use, I won't use Mount Everest anymore, y'all, because that's just not even a desire. A story that I would use is the story of my wedding, okay? So when I was in grad school, I was dating my now husband, and one of the things that I wanted was to get married to him. That was one of the things that I wanted, and I did this whole story about getting married, right? Him proposing and all this wonderfulness. And after, in my first year of grad school, he proposed. He proposed. It was fabulous. And then I was like, okay, that story is wonderful. Now that I want to continue the story. And so then the story became about my wedding, my story of my wedding, right? And I created this whole story. I wasn't going to be stressed. It was going to be wonderful. I had all these elements, and I had a whole story about my wedding day as if it was happening right then and there. And the way that I carried the story with me throughout the day, because I couldn't memorize the whole story word by word, but I could memorize different aspects of it, right? Every day I would pick a different aspect, right? And I would focus on that aspect. And I would create what is a map. Can you see that? Okay. So it's basically unpacking your story so that you can carry it with you. Yes? You can put it in your suitcase and carry it around with you. Yes? So it's a story system. That's what I call it. It's a story system. So one of the things is I have my big picture story, right? That thing that I desire. And the quality of my wedding that I wanted to have was fun and joyful. Fun and joyful. Those were my qualities that I wanted to incorporate. So I created a whole story, and then I mapped it out. Right? So one of the things I have is enjoying the smooth integration of our families. I am is in the middle, and then what is it that I want? I am enjoying the smooth integration of our families. I am marveling at how smoothly the planning is going. I am being smart, completing action steps as planned. I am gratefully accepting financial gifts from the universe. So those are some examples. So throughout the day, in the morning, I would read my story to myself, the whole story as if it was happening, joyful, fun. It was incredible. I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing my purple wedding dress. Yes, y'all, I had a purple wedding dress. I am seeing my soul sisters and my soul brothers who are the bridal party. And yes, I had a man as my soul, as part of my bridal party, okay? There was a man who was part of my bridal party, and that man was Sekou. And so Sekou was, quote unquote, a bridesmaid, okay, at my wedding. I saw all these different aspects. That was my story, right? And it was fun. We danced I saw us dancing into the church. I saw us dancing down the aisle as we welcomed everybody to open up the ceremony I saw everything. Right? I saw my father there, and I shared some yesterday about my journey with my father. I saw my father at my wedding, right? And so I would pick one of those aspects for the day, and I would just be with that I am all day long. So if my I am that I picked was, I am gratefully accepting financial gifts from the universe, then I was in that story, just that part of the story, all day long. If I'm at work, I am gratefully receiving financial abundance from the universe, financial gifts from the universe. And it would come, y'all. It would come. It would come from unexpected places. But what I expected was the unexpected. I leave room in my stories for the unexpected. That is the this or something better. That is the this or something better. So whatever your story is, start to unpack it so that you can pack it and take it with yourself throughout the day, so that you are incorporating that story into your conscious and subconscious mind. impressing upon your subconscious mind. I would imagine my wedding. I would imagine everything just flowing and going smoothly. I would imagine all of it as if it was happening. And I did it every single day. And do y'all know how that day turned out? It was fun and it was joyful. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was more than I had imagined. It was the something better. It was the overflow. It was the overflow. So you can do the same with your story. Get a piece of paper. Writing is powerful, y'all. Get a piece of paper. Draw a heart in the middle. Put I am. And then draw out your stones. Just draw your rays, your power rays around your heart. And just write in. You don't have to type it. You could write it in. You could use a color pencil or crayon. You could create pictures. Whatever it is that demonstrates your story for you so that you can take it with you and be with it throughout the day. Do that. Be creative. Be creative. All right? So that is the next part of your homework. The next part of your homework. Yes. Okay? So y'all can do this. And you can have fun with it. Okay? So this is the next part of your homework. I'm going to give you all until today is Thursday. I'm going to give you until Sunday to map out your story for yourself. Okay? Start to unpack different elements of it, and then you're going to pack one in every day. Okay? So you got till Sunday. Catch up. If you haven't written your story yet, write that story first and then do your mapping. Okay? All right. So that's where we are. It's the story system. We need to have a system for things to work in our lives, right? And that system is a habit. That system is a habit, right? We want to do it automatically. I'm waiting in the line at Target, imagining watching my father stand in the aisle and take my hand, right? Wherever you are, I'm at a traffic light, and I am imagining Marco putting my wedding band on my finger. Wherever you are, imagine, feel all the elements of it. All right? All right, y'all. So that's where we're going. I know y'all got this. If you need any help, just DM me and we'll do this thing. We will do this thing. So I am just so proud of all the work that y'all doing, because you're putting your heart and soul into this, and it will reap all kinds of glory and deliciousness. All right? All right. So that's where we are. That's where we are. So I'm reading some of the things that pop up from the people who were at my wedding. Yes. Julia said, one of the best weddings ever. Thank you, Julian. Yes, Julian was there. Sekou was a bridesmaid, and we had a good time. So everyone could tap into that, reap glorious deliciousness. Yes, all of that. Me too. So fun and powerful. Yes, Nan. Yes. All of that. So you'll take all of this energy and apply it to your story and how you're mapping it out. And Sekou just wrote, I had so much fun as a bridesmaid. Yes. It was delicious. It was wonderful. So we can repeat. All of these things are repeatable for everything that you want to manifest in your life. It's repeatable. You know why? Because that's how the law works. The law works repeatedly over and over and over and over again. It's reliable. It will do what it does if you do what you need to do. All right? All right. So that's our story. That's the tale that we're telling to the universe. So y'all get to work and just write on the top of your page, this or something better, for the highest good of all concerned. This or something better. All right? All right. So we're living life in joy. Yes, connected to our yes, connected to our story. We are connected to our story. All right, y'all. Okay. Life coaching. Life coaching. So I have shared that I am a life coach. I am a certified life coach. I've been a life coach for many years now. I am also a ordained interfaith minister and a licensed religious science practitioner. And I use all those tools in my life coaching relationships, right? And so you haven't had life coaching, and I ain't bragging, y'all. This is not a brag. But you haven't had life coaching until you had it with Reverend Melissa, because I incorporate the spiritual aspects into that relationship, into our work. And many coaches leave that part out. Let's just say that. Leave that part out. And so I incorporate the spiritual, the emotional, the mental, the physical aspects of who we are in the life coaching relationship, in that work. So if you have plans for 2021 and you need support, right? You need a purpose partner, so to speak, then please reach out to me, DM me, and we can have a free consultation to see if this is something that works for you or not. All right? And so we want to get in alignment with our life, right? The life that is calling out to you with the word yes, with the word yes. So aren't you ready to answer the call? Aren't you ready to answer the call? You got your story. You got something that you're working with. You know what it is that you need to do, right? And so sometimes all you need is that little missing element, and that's additional support, right? That's a coach, that's someone to guide you, to be your purpose partner, to be your accountability partner, and to help you with the plan of what that's going to look like. All right? So Jean just wrote, Rev Mel's coaching is powerful. Thank you, Jean. Thank you for that endorsement. I love it. Okay. All right. Also, I'm just loving y'all. Okay. So Julian just wrote the best life coach. Thank you, Julian. And Patricia, reach out to her. Trust me, Facebook is just a sip of what she does one-on-one. You're just so wonderful. Thank y'all so much for those endorsements and for those testimonies. I really appreciate it. And they speaking the truth, y'all. They speaking the truth. All right. And then Julian said, yes, Patricia, don't know if I could have managed this year without Rev Mel. Thank you. I love you all. And I'm here to support you. I am here to support you. So DM me if you'd like to set up a free consultation, and we will schedule something. So you all have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy, connected to our yes.